some lovely food. Look at that, eh? Got some lovely olives. There's some green olives and black olives. Oh, they're lovely. They're my favourites, they are. We've got some bread as well. And, we've got, what have we got in here? Oh, we've got some lovely wine. Just, look at that. Oh, I'll have a little bit for now, right? You know, this reminds me of a special meal that everybody used to do every year. Certain times of the year, there was a special meal that we all had as Jewish people. It was called Festival of Passover. We used to remember when we were in slavery in Egypt, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago, Moses, great leader of God, brought the people out of slavery, and we had to celebrate this special meal. And Jesus kept saying to us, he said, he says, I can't wait to share this special meal with you on the night that it was meant to happen. And we thought, well, it's like no other year, what's the difference? But when we were all sat down, he did some different things. You had to do certain things, and he kind of changed things a bit. And first of all, he washed all our feet. Now, what's he doing washing our feet? That's the sort of thing a slave would do, or a servant or something. Not someone like Jesus. And he kind of said, well, you've got to do the same thing. Oh, that got us all thinking, that did. But he also did other things too. And he changed the words that we had to say. And on one occasion, he got to the bread. And he took the bread and he broke it open like this. And he said, this is my body, which is broken for you. You what? We looked at each other. What's he talking about? And then he took the cup and he said, this is my blood of a new covenant, of a new promise. And he said, do this in remembrance of me. So do this when you remember me. Breaking bread and drinking wine. We all thought, that's not what we normally do at this time. But he went further than that. He said to us, things are going to happen and all of you are going to run away and leave me. And I sort of said, hey, I'm not going to do that, Jesus. I'll stick by you. It even said that someone was going to betray him to the authorities and tell him where he was. And we all looked at each other. We'd all been with him for about 3 years now. And who was going to do this? And we suddenly looked round and one of our number were missing. It was Judas. He'd gone. We thought then that he'd gone to get more food, and he hadn't. He'd gone to tell the authorities where Jesus was. But when he said that we were all going to do something similar, we were all like, no, not me, not me, not me. I said, no way am I going to do that, Jesus. I'll stick with you. And you know what? He looked me right in the eyes. And he said, yes, you, Peter. Even you, Peter, you're going to do it. He said, I'll tell you this, before the cockerel crows tomorrow morning, there'll be 3 times you'll say that you don't know me. Aye. And you know, I did. I let him down badly. Because not long after we'd shared the meal and we'd finished, we went out to Mount of Olives. That's where olives come from olive trees. And Jesus went to one side and started to pray. And then we all fell asleep. And he woke us up. And then he went off and prayed again. Fell asleep again. And anyway, as the night drew on, in the distance we could hear noise. And it was Judas. He was the one that had left early. He was the one that had gone to the authorities, and they betrayed Jesus to the authorities. They gave him 30 pieces of silver. Jesus was arrested and carted off to high priest's house. I'd run off. I deserted him. Everybody else had too, and I kind of held back a little bit though, and kind of followed at a distance in the shadows, and I saw where he took him, and I went warm myself by fire. Somebody came up to me and says, "Hey, didn't I see you with Jesus?" Young girl it were. I said, "Me? No, not me." I moved a bit further round, and a bit later on, somebody else said, "Yeah, I saw you with Jesus." I said, "Me? No, not the man, no, not me." And somebody else says, "Well, you're from Galilee. Your accent, your way you talk gives you away. You've got to be a follower of him because there's nobody else around here talks like you." I said, "No, not me, definitely not me." Then he heard that cockerel crow. And I ran outside at gates. I threw myself up floor. And I cried. And I cried. I'd let Jesus down badly. Later on that day, they took Jesus out. I didn't recognise him. They'd beaten him up. Took him to the top of a hill. And they nailed him to a cross. And he died. My best friend, the man that had said to me that you're going to be a rock. That's what my name Peter means. And there I was, a bit cowardly, running away, saying I didn't know him. Some fisher of men I was going to be at that point, I tell you. Because that's what Jesus wanted me to do, be a fisher of men. Oh. I just sat there. I let Jesus down. It were a sad day for me, a so-called fisher of men. Fisher of men indeed.